When I was younger, I had a friend, an imaginary friend, called Jenny. Jenny went everywhere with me. We did everything together. I told her all my secrets. We wept together, laughed together, and had some terrible temper tantrums together. And as I was growing up, around the age of sort of 5, 6, possibly even going into 7, people kept telling me she didn't exist. They would laugh and say, yes, Jenny's just imaginary. She's in your imagination. She doesn't exist. And gradually over time, I obviously took in what they were telling me because Jenny faded away. Problem was for me, I still had memories of Jenny. I still have memories of Jenny. Just in the same way that I have memories of people that have been in my life who I no longer see. This got me thinking. And as I grew up, I thought about this more and more. How can you prove that your imaginary friend exists? And when I read a book, and I wish I could tell you what the book was called, I learned about eyesight. So I'm going to give you some really technical scientific information now. When we open our eyes to see, and it is very useful to open your eyes, the light goes into our eyes and all these little neurony things pick it all up, go rushing off to some thingamabob bit in the brain. Yeah, that's a very technical term. And they gather all this information together, your past, your experience, your knowledge, your fears, all of that stuff. And then they go back and tell the eyes what you're looking at. All scientists will tell you, you don't react to the thing you see. You react to the neurons in your brain that are telling you what you see. And this is the spooky bit. It's exactly the same process when you dream and when you hallucinate. So there isn't any way of knowing if something truly exists or not. What's actually happening is that your universe, this great world we live in, is all in our head, all of it. We create our universe, we create the world we live in. Everyone listening to this and watching this will have a different view. They will hear it differently. They will see it differently, all of you. Because your own universe tells you how to react to what you're hearing and what you're seeing. The best way I can demonstrate this or give you an example of this is if there was 2 of you, and let's say there's 2 of me because you are such lucky people, there are 2 of me. And we're both going out for a takeaway. We've had a hard week, so we go out for our takeaway and the heavens open. Well, let's say that Bev on one side shrugs her shoulders, gets all depressed because it always happens to her. Oh, it always happens to me. You know, my takeaway's ruined. That's it. I'm going to get soaking wet. I'll probably get a cold. I'll be off for another week. Can't afford it. And the whole universe she has created is based on these negative emotions and these negative reactions that the neurons are picking up in her brain. And they're agreeing with her. Now, Bev, on the other side, the heavens open. She sighs and then says to herself, oh, well, what I'll do is I'll pop the takeaway in the oven to keep warm. I'm going to have a really hot shower with my favourite incense. I'm going to wrap myself up in my favourite big woolly comfy dressing gown and eat my takeaway in front of a great movie. I'm going to have a lovely evening. That Bev's created a universe based on her positive reaction to things. Now come on, which universe do you want to live in? What this demonstrates is that every single one of you have the opportunity to change the world you live in because you control it. You control that whole universe in your head. No one else. They're your neurons and you can make them react in a different way. You can change the way your universe is, because we all live in our own universe. My universe is full of purple hair, as you can tell. It's full of love and laughter and fun. It's full of magic. I still believe in Santa in my universe. It took me a while to create that universe. It took me time to change the way I thought about things, to change the way I reacted. And now in my universe, I have an amazing safe space. My beautiful house on the hill that I go to when things get a little rough. No one comes into my universe. No one, unless they are invited. And I don't allow people to bring their negative universe into mine. I'm very protective. And in my universe, Jenny exists. Jenny was real. Real in the fact that my brain and my neurons told me she was real. And that has to make her real. And I want to ask you, next time any child says to you, have you met my friend, and you can't see them, don't burst their bubble. Allow them that magic for as long as humanly possible. Create the universe you want to live in. Create a space and an environment that nurtures not only you, but the people you invite into that universe. And I would just like to say to you, it's yours. You have no one else to blame for the way your world works. Thank you for listening.